Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Coulter. And to my far right, I got my main man,
Right
KJ.
now.
KJ back in the building. Yes, sir. And then let's go ahead.
It's been a long time.
Yes, sir. Right. We also have a guest tonight, our special guest. He's a part of Intense Wrestling Alliance, CWP Wrestling, you name it. He's all across the United States, traveling, getting it in, promoting his brand. You can get his shirts online from his Instagram. Let's give it up for the Butcher, Canovanas, Don Kirby. What's going
Thank you,
on?
thank you. What's going on,
Hey,
man? Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity you bringing me on here. And it's great, man. Feels good.
I appreciate you coming on the show.
Welcome to the shop. For real.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. For the people that don't know you, let them know where you're from, a little bit about your background.
Where I'm from is Newburgh, New York. It's a little city, probably an hour and a half from the city itself, up in the Hudson Valley. I was born and raised here, and I actually graduated high school, went to school here, everything, and that's literally about it. And I got into sports, and my dad was one of the big influences on me to become a pro wrestler.
Okay.
To do what it is that I do today,
Yep.
And I just want to keep that dream alive, and pass it down.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my man. Hey, so what age did you start playing sports, and what sport was your first love?
My first love was professional boxing. That was my first ever contact sport that I've ever did. I did boxing at the age of 13, and I've been in the ring with multiple guys, pros, heavyweights, you name it. I was in the ring with them. I trained at the Newburgh Boxing Club. Sadly, it's not around anymore, but things happen, but my coach is still out in Florida. I just want to say, hope all those people out in Florida, Tampa area, everywhere, that was a bad storm. I got a lot of people out there. I hope you guys are safe.
Yes,
but yeah, I've done a lot at a very young age. I've actually been to professional shows. I never fought professionally. That was like, I always think about that every now and then. Like, I should have done this when I had the time to do it. I never pulled the trigger on it. But every now and I still train. I still use it as my regimen at the gym every day. So it never leaves. And now my goal is to pass that down. What I'm saying? People who want to take it seriously, I showed them how to fight. I just showed them how to work out with the boxing material too. So it's gonna be a part of me for the rest of my life. So it's gave me a lot of courage. Growing up, sometimes you get bullied, sometimes things happen. And then I learned how to box. And then my life started changing after that. So I'm saying.
So Don, who was the first athlete or person you looked up to other than your father?
Well, my father wasn't an athlete, but he was a fan of sports. Okay. My dad was always a very big baseball fan.
Okay.
And coming from the island of Puerto Rico, everybody's a baseball fan. Mm-hmm. Everybody plays basketball over there. But the sport that he loved the most, that he always talked to me about, was the sport of professional wrestling, the art. So that was his thing. If it was baseball and if it was professional wrestling, it was his thing. He didn't at first. He didn't really approve on me doing boxing because he wasn't a real big boxing fan. But as I grew older and he seen how good I was getting, and a lot of how I was going to more amateur fights, and I was actually traveling a little bit more, than he started taking it a little bit like, oh, okay, you got this.
Oh yeah, for sure. So boxing was your favorite sport. So who was your favorite boxer at that time?
At that time, well, I always liked Manny Pacquiao. I always looked. I always liked Miguel Cotto, Felix Tito Trinidad. I always studied his fights. Most of my fighting style is basically it comes from him because that's who I literally watched my whole life. Mayweather gotta put him out there. You know what I mean? Mayweather's he's just the GOAT. He knows what he's doing when he's in the square circle. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
good defense.
yeah, he's a great defensive fighter. You know, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I actually go back too. Let's go back. You know, I studied tapes like with Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Robinson. You know, I go way back. I come from a person who been in the boxing game for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I come from a list of good teachers. You know, so.
All right, cool. So, since you were like boxing and you played, I mean, you did wrestling. Did you play any other sport than the two?
Nah, sadly, no.
Okay.
I didn't. I never. I mean, in high school, even the wrestling coach wanted me to be on their wrestling team. A lot of guys that were on the wrestling team knew me, and they were like, "Yo, you should get into collegiate wrestling." And not for nothing, I kind of regret it because that could have been another thing I could have had under my belt. You know what I mean? And I could have brought that into the professional wrestling game. You know what I'm saying? So, but I like to use what's good for me, and that's striking, slams, and stuff like that. So, you know.
So you talked about 13. You started boxing. How long did you box before you stopped? Actually, like amateurly, when you first started.
I fought from the ages of 13 to 18, 19, around there.
Okay.
And then I started having to go to work and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I had to help pops out with rent, bills and stuff like that. So, regular stuff that you got to do as a human being. You know what I mean? You got to go out, got to make some money, got to help out around the house. You know what I'm saying? So it was starting to get hard because then you got to find that balance in order to go train for fights and stuff like that. And I'm the type of person, if I don't feel that I'm in the best qualified shape I need to be for the fight, I'm not going to do it.
That's good, man.
You know what I mean? So at that point, I was just like, maybe this ain't for me. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I still got everything I learned. Like I said, I came from a long list of great trainers. You know what I mean? That's still to this day I'm in contact with. So, like, if I wanted to get back into the game, then maybe, But at this point, I'm just like, I want to focus on my wrestling career now.
Okay. And so when you got on the high school level, what all sports did you play on that level?
On high school, I mean, I attempted to play basketball, but I wasn't really a good basketball player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My thing was always contact sports. You know what I'm saying? I always liked the fighting scene for some reason. You know what I mean? Everybody, you start watching movies, and you know what I'm saying? You get that adrenaline rush. Start watching boxing fights, like, damn, I want to know what it feels like to have that. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, that was demonstrating on people, other people.
Yeah.
So, talk about high school, man. You in New York. What years did you go to high school?
I was in high school from over here is 10 to 12. You know what I mean? So and then like when I went to junior high, it was South Junior High, and then they moved all the ninth graders to a whole different school. Right. So it was like you had a whole mix of one school to another school. Now in my day, there was a lot of commotion back in school. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fights, like just a lot of things going on at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at that point when I got to high school, I started like actually asking myself, like, all right, so now we in high school. Now we got 2 more years. What do we do? You know what I mean? Like we gotta start thinking about the future now,
Yeah, there you go.
I'm thinking in my mind, I'm thinking boxing. You know what I mean? Like that's my my go-to. I'm gonna become pro. I'm gonna try to get down to this weight to 152. Let's rock. You know. But then, got a girlfriend. Things happen.
Yeah.
And
real life.
I fell off. Yeah. I fell off. Things didn't start working out with me and her. So, what I'm saying? I start like mentally, I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the boxing game. I'm not doing it. So eventually I just stopped. And like I said, like at that time, I was in my own little world. Like, like when you 18, 19, it's like you don't care about nothing. You just care about doing your own thing. You out of high school.
Yeah.
No one can tell you nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
got even mom and dad. You arguing with mom and dad in the house all the time because you out late. You're doing stupid stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that was majority of my life. And then I found professional wrestling. It was 2016. I got in contact with one of my friends. His name is Navon McDonald, and we started this organization, backyard organization. You gotta start from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Always. So we had a trampoline. We started from a trampoline. We eventually got a 12x12 ring.
Yep.
And we started doing backyard shows. You know what I'm saying? We started doing shows, and then eventually, I got us inside. You know what I mean? So it's like only
you got it from the mud, baby.
you gotta work it to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make it work for you. Yeah,
you're a real pop, man. You like Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, man. Hey,
listen, man. You gotta have positivity, man. You gotta have positivity. You always gotta stay positive, even in the bad times, man. That's what I learned.
So
listen.
So what did that situation teach you as an entrepreneur? You going out, you putting your own investments into like getting a 12x12. You gotta do the promotions, to draw the crowd. You gotta get the chairs. Like, what's your thought process going through this situation?
Either I'm gonna make it or break it. Either I'm gonna make it or break it. If I don't make it, at least I said I tried.
Yes, it, man.
I can at least say I tried. You know what I mean? But as of right now, that's not even on my mind right now. Right now, we've been working and we've been putting in the work. I want to say double than what we've been doing it before. And now it's just we just stepping up the game now. You know what I'm saying? Going more pro, bringing in more names. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now we getting to where we want to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And now that I got help with my boy, now that he's letting me use actually his YouTube account, I work with him too, doing productions for companies like House of Glory. We literally travel. We've done the ECF thing. You know what I mean? I don't just do the whole wrestling side aspect of the business. I like to work the production side, because when I don't wrestle, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be backstage watching the show, making sure things are going right. So I got to learn all aspects of the business in order to be who I want to be,
Yeah,
so
smart.
So he Vince McMahon too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Hey, dog, you're a businessman.
Promote, edit, do all the engineering, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I want to do it all. You know what I mean? I want to do it all. It's everything that I wanted to do since I was a kid. Okay. You know what I mean? There was nothing else. When I found out about professional wrestling, there was nothing else until boxing came along. I gave that a try, but I still had professional wrestling in the back of my mind. I always had to figure out, like, how am I gonna make this work? How am I gonna go train? I didn't know where to go train. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to start. All I know is I found out about somebody that was doing a backyard fed, and I just went, and eventually the journey started from there. Because if I want to say, if I would have never found out that was happening, I don't even think that I would have even pursued it, to be honest.
I understand. Yeah. So after the backyard match, what happens next?
So eventually we get a 16x16, man. We upgrade.
Okay.
We upgrade. And now we're now it's just getting bigger. Now we building. Now we really trying to get eyes on us. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
so and like
So
I said, I've been working with my man's right here, Tony. You know what I'm saying? He's another guy that trained me. I mean, I used to train at ECPW before. And that's where I got my start at ECPW with Gino Caruso.
Yep.
And then
wow.
as I went along, I met Tony, got trained by ECW original Tony DeVito.
Uh-huh.
So now I mean I'm not gonna ignore his knowledge, you know what I mean? So and ever since then, we started working there. And he's been like a brother to me, you know what I mean? Do anything for that man.
What's up?
You know?
Casey had a question for you.
Yeah,
What's up,
I was
man?
gonna say, man, talk about your favorite moves that you like to use in wrestling, man.
My favorite
against your opponent.
moves.
Yeah.
I want to say the power slam is one of them that I've actually been incorporating a lot into my move set lately. Is the power slam, I don't know if you're familiar with Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up on
So
them.
and Animal's finisher. That's one of my favorite moves I like doing
Okay.
as of right now.
Good.
Yeah.
So when you meet with Tony DeVito, talk about his coaching style.
Well, I mean, I wasn't there with him. Like my boy was trained by Tony DeVito.
Okay.
And so then he'd been training me. So with his knowledge that he gained, he passed it down to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
Smart.
but everything when I'm training with Tony is a lot of character work, psychology. You know what I mean? It's a lot of learning the game for what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
I understand.
A lot of character based. You know what I mean? Without a character, who are you? You know what I mean?
So what kind of music you listening to before you walk out to the ring? What kind of music, to get you right?
Get me right? Well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't like to listen to music while I'm back there.
Meditation?
Well, it depends, because if I'm running my own shows, I'm not listening to music at all. Like I'm literally running around making sure everything is all right. Making sure everything is good with my other mans, because I don't run this alone. I run it with my boy Navan McDonald.
Right.
So we're always, back and forth, making sure everything is right, making sure everybody's all right, so but if I'm at a different show, I'm in the locker room, I'm zoned in, I'm locked in, you know what I mean? I like to be serious before I hit the curtain, you know what I mean? Like I know I'm nervous, but once the bell ring, it leaves. It's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone. So I'm just I like to stay very, very focused on what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
So talk about your first match outside of the backyard. Once you stopped doing independent, you grew, you perfected your craft. Now you about to wrestle in front of bigger crowds, maybe gymnasiums.
Right?
Arena. Talk about
thing.
It's a very, very different feeling.
Okay.
I'll tell you that much. It's very different. When you're in the yard, you don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When I was in the yard, I didn't even know what the five steps were. You know what I mean? So once I got into the professional game, and I learned that the adrenaline rush starts running through you. You start feeling the energy from the crowd. You know what I mean? So it's real different when you in there, because we take a lot of toll on our bodies when we do this,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like you don't feel it in that instant. You know what I mean? So it's like damn, I want to keep doing this. It's like an addiction. You want to keep doing. You want to keep coming back. You know what I mean? Because you want to feel that. You want to feel that energy in the room.
Oh yeah.
So that is what made me fall in love with it even more.
All right.
Because you could be having a bad day. You go to work, you're having a bad day, but you come to this during the weekend. It's like an escape. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to worry about nothing right now. It's just this. I'm here. All about the experience.
That's it, man. Enjoy it.
All right. Well, let's get into a clip real quick, guys. We got a professional wrestler from IWA. That's Intense Wrestling Alliance. The Butcher, Canovanas, Don Kirven. All right, let's go ahead and get it. Everybody, you subscribe, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Spotify, Deezer, Instagram, and we'll be right back. I don't own the rights to this video or the music and the content. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this clip. Stay with me, Don.
Yes.
Con el caracol le cambio el rostro de color. Con el caracol le cambio el rostro de color. Con el caracol le cambio el rostro de color. No soy de los que mando, soy de los que me bajo. Una máscara guantes de cuero, me visto de negro en el balcón de tu casa, espero con un peine entero. Cuando vea tu carro llegar, te salgo primero, te me trepo en el bonete y en la cara te lo doy entero. Esta es la película real que no vives tú, una película que te matan si vienes pronto. Así en mi barrio, selva de cemento, aquí te borran la careta si te pillan en inventos. Sonando fuerte, esto es rap para los raperos. Letras pesadas para todos los grandes por el mundo entero y a los bancuqueros. Sorry, mala mía, la Glo tiene un chip para sacarte la sangría. Con el caracol le cambio el rostro de color. Con el caracol le cambio el rostro de color. Con el caracol le cambio el rostro de color. Yo soy de los que mando, soy de los que me bajo. Un poco de verdolaga, un poco de rebeldía. Vuelvo con un récord, sigo poniéndote al día. Papi, mala mía, hablarte no quería, pero date una la mía pa' yo darte una partida. Oscuro está mi coche, oscura está la noche. Oscura va a ser la prendida si te pilla el coche. Guasopo de boca o de collampi, te mueres si lo toca. Con el caracol le cambio el rostro de color. Los míos están a vapor y te meten hasta en el gol. En la número 2 en Río tuvo hasta ascensor. Donde te pillemos huele bicho te damos calor. Le borramos las neuronas del cerebro pa'l carajo. No soy de los que mando, soy de los que me bajo. Te persigo, te mando caliente hasta que te reviente. Pa' cuando venga el fiscal te reconozca por los dientes. Esto es full record, igual y balas salen de mi corta en dirección a ti. Conmigo las bebicho no puedes competir. Yo soy mucho pa' ti, yo soy mucho pa' ti. Esto es full record, igual y balas salen de mi corta en dirección a ti. Conmigo las bebicho no puedes competir. Yo soy mucho pa' ti, yo soy mucho pa' ti. Con el caracol le cambio el rostro de color. Con el caracol le cambio el rostro de color. Con el caracol le cambio el rostro de color. No soy de los que mando, soy de los que me bajo. Ya tú sabes, full record, good quality. Oye gallo, te estás metiendo para el gallerín equivocado. Acuérdate que puedes salir lastimado. Y acuérdate que nosotros nos bregamos con pollitos de colores. Tú eres un pollito de la peseta de la plaza del mercado. Quédese en su cercado tranquilo. Good quality, full records, ok. Armados y peligrosos como Zoom. Los maquiavélicos.
All right, we right back in
Thank you, bro.
top 27. That's true. All right, so let's talk about that transition, man. You leveled up. Now you're in the arenas. You're in the gym. How long did it take you to get in shape to get to that level that you just performed for everyone that's watching?
Wow, man. Listen, I went. Let me get this out of the way. I went through a tough time because I lost my father back in 22.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
So it's all right, man. Thank you. Mentally, I was having a hard time thinking to myself that is this it for me? You know what I mean? I don't know what to do at this point because I lost my only support that I really had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at this point, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that would help me cope with all this was going to the gym.
Wow. Good therapy.
It was literally the only thing that was helping me cope through the whole situation. Ever since that, I just made it into a lifestyle now. You know what I'm saying? I go to the gym almost every day now, like nonstop. It's just I have to get it in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I have to get it in. At the end of the day, I have to get it in. Like this, it's not even no question. Even if I have to get there late, I have to get it in. You know what I mean? So I've been really dedicated to that. I was at that point after I lost my father, I was weighing 280 pounds, and now I'm down to at least 220, 210 now. You know what I mean? And it's been that boxing training, the weight training, you know what I'm saying? Everything that I learned throughout the years, it's like, okay, back to basics now. Let's pick it up from the top. Let's go do this all over again. You know what I mean? So
you rebuilt, redefined yourself. You went hard. You matched the gas. You know, your pops was inspiration for you to wrestle in the first.
Yeah.
All the fuel to the fire. Talk about how that fire put you into a title matches.
Well, that fire, you know what I'm saying? People started seeing that, you know, yeah, I do got potential. You know what I mean? So people started telling me, like, hey, man, you're going to make it one day. You know what I mean? Like, don't stop. Like, even if you feel like you want to give up, don't stop. Keep going. You know what I mean? So eventually, promoters started seeing that. Then I just kept going, kept showing face. You know what I mean? And you just got to be at the right time, at the right place, you know? So I just happened to be there those times, and I got a shot, you know? My first, bringing it back to my father, my first ever title that I won in the pros and on the independent scene was at ECPW. It was a tag team championship alongside one of my close friends, Yankee TDM. We won the first ever our first ever ECPW tag team championships. You know what I mean? And that was one of my goals, was to have my dad front row watch me win a championship. To show him, like, this, I completed it. I did it. You seen it. You know what I mean? So it's like he left very happy. He left very happy because there was conversations that I didn't even know about that my mom tells me to this day, that he always used to tell her that he was real proud of me, of all the things that I've been doing. You know what I mean? But I never heard that from him, but it's good to know that he told her at least, and now I can hear it through her.
There you go.
I mean, so I'm really grateful for that. And that to this day just keeps pushing me to be even better, you know, become a better man, just be better professionally and just do what I got to do. Because my dad was a hardworking man, like waking up at 2:00 in the morning, going to work, to then come back home, go to work again, to then do it the next day all over again.
Man, wow, that's good work ethic.
So that's my motivation. My dad's my motivation. You know what I mean? I got to keep that legacy running, because he was never lazy. That man was never lazy.
Cool, good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So talk about meeting Jimmy Hart.
Oh man, Jimmy Hart,
the mouth of the South.
Jimmy Hart was awesome, man. I got to actually perform in front of Jimmy Hart, and it was a very interesting experience, because I'm like a couple of months in, you know what I mean? I'm in this show, triple threat tag team match. Jimmy Hart sitting next door, right there, signing out autographs, and we're wrestling. It's just like, okay, so I got a WWE legend watching me. I can't fuck up. I can't. But you know, he, after the match was over, we went over to him. We asked, you know what I'm saying, how did we do? You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, they're gonna tell you what you want to hear, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? Probably it was coming from his heart, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? He said we had a good match, probably match of the night, you know. So,
wow, man.
So, talk about tag team championship. Talk about your partner. Talk about the difference between fighting solo and fighting with someone else.
Fighting solo and fighting with someone else in a tag team is different. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different style of match, but it's all the. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, you still feel it the next day. It's still the same thing. I feel like it's fun. It's definitely a lot of fun because you could get really creative with it. But honestly, I'm that type of person. I like to do my whole singles thing. You know what I mean? but I'm not how do you say that? Like I'm not opposed to being in the tag team, you know what I mean? Because either way, it still works, regardless. You know.
Oh yeah, but yeah, growing up watching wrestling, man, what I didn't like was when, if I was wrestling, getting hit with a chair, man. So you ever got hit with a chair?
Yeah, it sucks.
Man,
it sucks.
It
hurts.
It's like somebody
Ain't nothing different.
break a bone or something.
Ain't nothing different.
Oh, okay.
Listen, man. You still feel it the next day. You get markings from it. You get bruises. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. This ain't ballet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure ain't. Yeah, man.
You gotta be a pain freak, man, to be a wrestler.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
you gotta love it.
You gotta love pain.
You gotta love it.
Wow.
What's the worst injury you witnessed?
Ooh, someone falling on their head.
Dang.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then I witnessed somebody dislocate their arm.
Well, like jumping off the top ropes or something.
Nah, they went for a sequence in the middle of the ring. Kid did a backflip. He landed wrong and broke his whole forearm. So it's like,
man,
yeah.
He tried to brace his fall and it just popped on him.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So who do you like wrestling in your league? Who are some of your favorite matchups?
As of right now, Johan. Johan. Yeah, Johan is as of right now. We got a storyline going on, and we've actually been getting people invested a little bit into that story. So as of right now, it's been him. But I've been bringing guys from Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
I've worked with Anel. I actually worked with Caveman from WWX out in the Bronx. You know what I mean? As of right now, I'm working with Anthony Gangone. He's been on AEW, ROH. He just was on NWA not too long ago. Okay. You know what I mean? So I've been working with a lot of good people. So, and just learning along the way, because you can't learn everything in one day in this business. So you actually learn a new thing every time you go in there. So
okay.
Mm-hmm. So when your next match? You got anything coming up soon or?
Yeah, my next show that I'm doing for NUW is actually this Sunday here in Newburgh, New York. And as of right now, I'm actually getting ready to make my international debut out in Peru and Bolivia. Yeah, so I got a lot of big things coming up.
That's good.
Yeah, and then the next shows after that would be in December 8th, which is my last show of the year with NUW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got some clips I want to show the people. Everybody that's watching, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and Deezer. We have Intense Wrestling Alliance champion, Mr. The Butcher, Canovanas.
Wait, hold on. I never won a championship there.
Hey, we're gonna go ahead and claim it. We're gonna claim it though. It's already happened
on this channel.
Yeah, so, go ahead and stamp it, man. Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna go ahead and get into this clip. I don't own the rights to it. Y'all sit tight with me, okay?
All right.
All right, that was Johan Nara.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
That was the first ever match I had with him there at NUW. That's the promotion we run. That's our little promotion there.
All right.
You can see.
Like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got some more clips. Let's go ahead and get into it. Stay with us. All right. Who was that you was wrestling just now?
That was Michael DiCarlo, I believe that's what he goes by now. Yeah, that's who that was. That was actually there at ORW in Colorado.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. We got one more. I'm gonna go ahead and show the people. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel.
Venga todos contra mí, yo contra todos, aquí no hay miedo, dale, vaya tu combo, venga todos contra mí.
That's what I was talking about.
Hey.
That was that.
He put him to sleep, didn't he?
Both of them. He dropped both of them, man.
Yeah.
What's that called? Melatonin?
You know what? That's what I'm gonna call that. That's what I'm gonna call that, melatonin.
Dude, I need to get that son. I need to get that to my son, man. For real, man.
Man, talk about how you came up with that move, man.
What, the Death Valley Driver? Death Valley Driver's been around.
All right.
Death Valley Driver's been around for a while, man. I want to say back in 80s, 90s, I want to believe, because Tommy Dreamer was doing that in ECW. That was one of his finishing moves. And once I saw it, I was like, huh, I can start doing that. You know, and my man Tony told me the same thing. He was like, yo, why don't you do the Death Valley Driver? I was like, you know what? I was actually thinking about doing that.
Hey, you did.
Yeah, so I was like,
somebody take a picture.
yeah, so I was just at it.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Hey, man.
I'm gonna call that the melatonin driver. Put your ass to sleep.
Dang,
like, one dose, that's all.
That's all.
That's all, man.
Oh man.
That's a good one.
So you telling everybody your next match is gonna be in New York. All right. So what can they get your merch from? What can they, buy tickets? If people want to follow you, get information or how to watch you wrestle, have to go.
Usually we haven't been going live right now, and we haven't been really posted anything on our NUW page as of yet. But once we do start, we're gonna put the information out. We're gonna actually put it. We're actually gonna be working with False Finish Productions right now.
Okay.
So if anything, when he starts posting it up on there, you guys can follow us at False Finish Productions as well. Follow us on the NUW page on Instagram at NUW_wrestling on Instagram, and you can also follow us on YouTube at Newburgh Underground Wrestling. So it's just getting bigger, as of right now. We still got another event we just did that we got to post it. We need to edit it and do all the work to it, but eventually we'll get to that and we'll let the fans know.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
So go ahead and drop all your social media handles. If people want to follow you on social media, where can they follow you at?
You can follow me at Puerto Rican Bulldozer right there. You can see it right there on the screen. And then you can follow us at NUW, like I said, NUW_wrestling on Instagram as well. And then you can follow me on Facebook as well, Felix Davila. But other than that, that's all I got for social media and stuff like that.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead, KJ.
Okay. Do you have any message for the youth?
For the youth,
yeah,
don't give up.
Right.
Don't ever give up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're gonna do something, stick to it, full through. If you feel like you're gonna give up, do it anyway. Do it anyway. Because sometimes when I don't want to go to the gym, I do it anyway, and I get that burst of energy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But everything is you got to have a positive mentality, even if you're having a bad day. Stay positive. Shoot for the stars, and don't even look back. Okay. At the end of the day, you always got to look at the light at the end of the tunnel, even when you're having a bad day.
That's right.
So,
any shout outs before we head out?
I want to shout out my man letting me use this channel today, Legend Series. You know what I mean? Man's been working me for years, bro, and love this dude with all my heart, man. It's like a brother to me. I want to shout out NUW Wrestling, Levon McDonald, Johan Nara, all the guys that helped me in this crazy industry that's professional wrestling. You know what I mean? I want to shout out ORW for giving me the opportunity to come out to Colorado and I can't wait to actually go international now, going to Peru and different wrestling grounds and stuff. So now it's on.
Yeah, man. You're on another level now, baby. Yeah, for sure.
That's what's up, man.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations on everything, and we wish the best for you. Thank you for coming on our show.
Oh, yeah. Having me, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Is there any what you think about the show? Is there anybody you would recommend to come on the show?
All right.
Man, if you are into sports, if you're into professional wrestling, come down to the Sports Shop 27. Cool dudes, man. I had a great time on y'all podcast today. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but smiles, nothing but happy. Yeah. Come down, man. Come talk. Come talk, man. I enjoyed this full on through.
Well, we appreciate you coming by,
man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
For everybody that's watching, you just watched a new edition of the Sports Shop 27. I'd like to thank my main man, KJ, for coming on tonight. And also special guest, the Butcher, Don Kirven. All right?
Thank you, guys. Another thing, if you guys want to get merch, go on to bonfire.com and look up Newburgh Underground Wrestling. We got hoodies, we got shirts, we got more merch coming out soon. So keep posted.
Exactly. Right. And if you got Sports Shop 27, you go to bonfire.com and get the Sports Shop 27.
Right. There you go.
Right. We appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you for everything, Butcher.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, KJ.
Right.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Love, man. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
It's how you start. It's how you finish.
Yes, sir.
All right. We out.
Got you.